Okay, dear students, once again I am in front of you to teach you the stoichiometry. Stoichiometry it is made up of two words, that is the stoichio and metri, that is metron. It is a Greek word. It is a Greek word. It is a Greek word in Greek. So in English, stoichio means element and its metri means measure. That means measurement of element. That is measurement of molecules. So that's why we define the stoichiometry. So it is one of the science related to chemistry, and it is a science of calculation. So stoichiometry is nothing; it's a science of calculation. When you write the chemical reaction, when you write the chemical equation, you will see there is a relation between reactant and product in terms of quantity. So there is a quantitative relation between reactant and product. So the science with which you deal, the science with which you are dealing the quantitative relationship between the reactant and product in a chemical reaction, that science is known as stoichiometry. So stoichiometry is the science of calculation in chemistry in which chemical reactions are involved, in which we establish a quantitative relationship between the reactant and product. So in another way, we can explain, we can define the stoichiometry. So stoichiometry is nothing, it's an area of chemistry. It's a particular area of chemistry and a chemical technology. So stoichiometry is nothing but it's a chemical technology. It's one of the technology on which we determine the quantity of reactant and the product. So, a stoichiometry is a science or a technology. So, in terms of technology, stoichiometry is a chemical technology. On that basis, we decide or we determine the quantity of reactants and quantity of products involved in a chemical reaction. So, this is the stoichiometry. So, it is a science of chemical calculation in terms of mass and in terms of number of moles or in terms of volume also. So this is the stoichiometry. So now what actually we do during the calculation of the reactant and product, we take the three steps. First of all, we write the balanced chemical equation like this I have written here. Second, what we do from the chemical equation, we write the molar ratio between the given and required ratio. So we have written the molar ratio, 2 mole reacts with 1 mole. So it is a 2:1 ratio between the reactant. So we have written the molar ratio, and after writing the molar ratio, then we convert mole into the mass or mass into the mole. So here it is the according to equation we have written the ratio. Now what is in the question is given certain amount, so that certain amount is changed into the number of moles. So first step we have to write the balanced chemical equation. Second, we write the chemical equation. From the chemical equation we derive the molar ratio. So from the chemical ratio we have derived the ratio, that is 2:1. And third, we convert these moles into the desired parameters like mass or volume. So if we require mass, we will convert these moles into the mass. If we require it into the volume, we will convert into the volume. And the last one, what we'll do while calculation, we apply the unitary method. You have solved lot more mathematics in your classes, lot of mathematical calculation using the unitary method. Here also you will be using the unitary method. Unitary method is the best method to calculate anything in chemistry. So that's why always you keep it in mind that we will calculate with the help of unitary method. It is the best method. There will be no confusion at all. So now I'll explain this stoichiometry with the help of this example. What is this example? We have been asked to calculate how many grams of oxygen are required how many grams of oxygen are required to completely react with this much gram of hydrogen. How much oxygen is required to completely react with this hydrogen to produce water, to yield water. Apart from this, one more thing have been asked to calculate. Also calculate the amount of water produced in this reaction. So we have got two questions in this. So we'll solve. First of all, I'll write the balanced chemical equation. So it is the balanced chemical equation. Reaction between hydrogen and oxygen produces the water. So this is the balanced chemical equation. So now according to equation, now I'll write the molar ratio between the reactant and product. So molar, according to equation, it is 2 mole, it is 1 mole, it is again 2 mole. So this is the molar ratio according to equation. Now I will write the molar ratio or mass ratio what given in the question. The mass of the reactant and the reactants are taken actually. Mass of the reactant and products whatever given in your question, that has to be taken. So taken amount. So what has been taken? 0.200 gram of hydrogen was taken, and we have been asked to calculate the amount of oxygen and amount of water. Now what I will do, first this mass, since this equation is in terms of moles, so first I will make the calculation in terms of moles, or generally we calculate everything in terms of rupees, not in a paise. So in the same way in chemistry, if we calculate everything in terms of mole, it will be easy to calculate. If you use any other thing, then calculation will become little bit difficult, and that will be time consuming. So the best option in chemistry, that how to calculate, you convert everything into the number of moles. So if you calculate things in number of moles, then it will be easier to calculate and you will get the correct answer. So that is why we convert this amount into the number of moles. So how to calculate the number of moles? To calculate the number of moles, actual mass divided by molar mass. Actual mass divided by molar mass. So what is actual mass? 200. 0.200 is the actual mass. So number of moles. How to calculate actual mass by molar mass? So this is the formula to calculate number of moles. So 0.200 gram would be equal to 0.100 mole, because this is the actual mass divided by molar mass of the hydrogen. Hydrogen H2, hydrogen is H2, hydrogen is H2, so it would be 1 into 2, so that would be 1 into 2, so that is 2 gram. So 0.200 divided by 2 gram, that is the molar mass of hydrogen. So how much hydrogen you are having here? 0.100 mole hydrogen. How much hydrogen you are having? This much of hydrogen you have taken. In terms of question, it is given in terms of gram. Now it is converted into number of moles, so it is in 0.100 mole hydrogen. Now so according to question, 2 mole hydrogen reacts completely with 1 mole of oxygen. So we will compare this one, this mass, this mole ratio. So unitary method, 2 mole of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole oxygen. So that is why 1 mole hydrogen reacts with 1 by 2 mole oxygen. That is why 0.100 mole H2 reacts with half into this mole. Calculate it, and then O2 is molecules. Mass of one O2 is 32 gram. Mass of O2 is 32 gram. That O2. So it is what? 2 into 16. 2 into 16. So how much it is? 32. So that is why I have written here 32. So mole is converted into gram. 1 mole of oxygen means 32 grams. So that's why the mass of 1 mole of oxygen written here. Now calculate it, how much you are getting? 1.6 gram of O2. So that means 0.200 gram of hydrogen would completely react with 1.6 gram of O2. So very easy to calculate when you are calculating in terms of mole. 0.200 gram of hydrogen would react with 1.6 gram O2 oxygen completely. So first part of the question has been answered here. Now the second part, also calculate the amount of water. How to calculate this? You can see this, the equation. 2 mole of hydrogen produces 2 mole of water, because amount of hydrogen is given in question. That's why we have to calculate it from that only. What data is given, from that data you have to make a calculation. So since the amount of hydrogen is given in question, so that will be using, according to question, 2 mole of hydrogen produces 2 mole of water. So I have written 2 mole of hydrogen produces 2 mole of water. So that is why the 1 mole of hydrogen would produce 2 by 2 mole of water, and that is why finally 0.100 mole hydrogen would produce. You multiply it, calculate how much you are getting. 0.100 mole H2O. 1 mole H2O means 18 gram. How to calculate? 2 hydrogen, 1 into 2, 1 oxygen, 16. So 16 plus 2, how much you are getting? 18 gram. So that is why the 1 mole of H2O means 18 gram. That's why 18 gram is written here. Mole got removed, so mole is converted into gram. So finally you are getting 1.8 gram of water. So that means 0.200 gram. 0.200 gram hydrogen would produce 1.8 gram of water. So second part of the question had been answered here. So I think you might have understood. Now I will practice one more example in the next video. Thank you.